Live. And we're live. It's Tuesday, baby.
Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. Terrific Tuesday.
Do you want it or are you afraid of it?
Yeah. Do you want it or are you afraid of it?
Do you really want it?
And be careful how you answer that.
We're going to talk about it back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to you each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like. That's right. Good morning. It's Tuesday. And if you're joining us for the first time, please say hello so we can say hello back. And if you are returning, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
So we have a question on the table this morning. Do you want it or are you afraid of it? Or do you want it more than you are afraid of it? That's the right way of putting it.
That's probably the right way to put it. Do you want it more than you are afraid of it? I think that really is a question that probably touches everybody at some point or another.
Okay.
Because anything that we do new or for the first time can have fear attached to it. And we get to decide whether or not we want to overcome that fear. Think about it, riding the bike or roller skating or swimming or anything. There's a fear associated with it first.
When I first saw what bike riding was, kids in the neighborhood had a bike, I wanted to ride a bike. And when I got a chance to ride a bike, I wanted to ride a bicycle so bad. I didn't care how many times I fell. It was no consequence to me. I knew that I wanted to ride a bike. So when I got a bike to get a chance to try to ride a bike, I could fall again and again and again. But there was not even an option of not getting back up on that bicycle because I wanted to ride more than I was afraid of falling.
Absolutely.
That was the simple point. My desire to successfully ride the bike was way up here. My fear of falling down was down there. Didn't matter. Okay.
What's interesting though is sometimes the more time that passes between attempting something and being afraid of something, the fear will actually grow. Good morning, Dr. Deborah.
It will grow because of a beautiful word called imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing, Lisa's right. The longer you take to decide, to decide to do a thing or not, the more your imagination gets engaged and you start imagining failing.
Mm-hmm.
It is much easier to imagine failing than it is to imagine succeeding.
Absolutely.
There was this kicker played for the New York Giants, I think it was. No, he played for it doesn't matter what team he played for. It was a pro football kicker. And his team was in a tough game. And he had missed an important kick earlier in the game. I mean, a little bit earlier. He had missed an important kick that would have had them win the game and go to the playoffs or whatever. And everyone in the fans was, and then he heard the cascade of people, you suck. And he let his team down. He missed the kick.
Mm-hmm.
And then an opportunity came again where they needed a kick. And he had already missed one that game. And everyone was afraid of him kicking. And what he did was he wasn't even sure his coach was going to let him. So when the moment came, he ran out to the field as fast as he can and lined up the kick without thinking about it because he knew if he had looked towards his coach, he didn't even look at his coach.
Yeah.
If he had even looked towards him.
That would have caused trepidation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he ran out there as fast as he could and didn't look at anybody.
Yeah. Absolutely. My son never was afraid of the water, not ever. Um, we taught him how to swim before anything. He learned how to swim as soon as he had his first set of shots. I think he was like 6 weeks. We took him to the pool. They said, yeah, before he was walking, he was not even crawling yet. He was 6 weeks old. And the doctor said, mothers, release your babies. And we had to drop them in the pool. He didn't cry. He didn't think about it. He went down to the bottom and popped up to the top. And then he was swimming. And so fast forward, when people were bringing their 3 and 4 year olds and they're skittish to the pool, he had none of that fear. He had no time to develop it.
Exactly.
Developing your fear. Many of us are actually quite well versed in developing our fear. Some of us call it cautiousness.
Dr. Deborah says, good morning. Baby Reed says, I like your show. I figured I'd give it another try.
Well, thank you, Ms. Vivian.
Ms. Vivian Reed also said, my dad pushed me down the park hill on my first third speed bike.
Wow.
Good morning, Glenda. How you doing?
So absolutely. How that actually makes me think about how much practicing we do for failure.
Yes. Not only do we practice the failure, but we mentally rehearse it over and over and over again.
Which is actually a better use of that mental rehearsing would be towards our success. Beginning to imagine. I'm sure that if Leanne was here, she would be saying, yes, Leanne Cannon. Because when you imagine standing in the position that you're dreaming of, when you imagine what it smells like when you're there, when you imagine what the sounds are going to be, it is as purposeful as actually working out. It's as purposeful as actually creating your business plan. It is as purposeful as moving you, as anything could be, to move you towards that success. Using your imagination to imagine your success.
I saw an interesting illustration this morning as I was preparing for this talk. And the speaker said, I want you for just a moment to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine yourself living in your dream home. Imagine yourself living in that dream home that you would love to live in, with everything in that you would love. Imagine yourself living in that dream home. I could do that right now, but imagine yourself living in that dream home. And then she said, open your eyes. Now, did it feel real to you? Did it feel real? You imagining yourself living in the dream, did it feel real to you? And she hypothesized that for most people, it didn't feel real.
Right. And I think what needs to be added to that is that sometimes you have to practice making it real, making it feel real. That's part of, I think that's why it's so important to take a vacation. If part of your success
includes vacationing,
and I think that imagining yourself vividly, using imagery, like we are pulling ourselves. Yeah, absolutely. Vision boards and vision videos. I actually use both. I think that the more real that you can make that memory, I like to call it making a memory in reverse.
Okay.
Right. So I'm creating the memory before it happens. So that it's almost like I can create my own deja vu. This happening because it's already happened, because of the way I feel about the word imagine.
The moment you're in, you've been there before.
Right. Mm-hmm. Because of the way I feel about imagine. Remember, and thoughts. Remember, I always believe that you cannot have the thing without the thought. So by actually having the thought, you are creating the thing.
Yes. Don't Lisa look pretty today, y'all? Didn't you look pretty? This morning, I rolled over. The sun was in the room. And Lisa had like drool all over her mouth, and crust in her eyes, and she was snorting like that. And I had this thought that my wife is so beautiful, even in this moment.
Well, thank you. Snort, drool, and crust,
Yep.
and all
of that. I was like, man, this is a beautiful woman. And I told her the first thing I said to her today is that you are a beautiful woman.
Yes.
I'm not even sure she was awake to hear it.
I heard you. Dr. Deborah says psychologists have found that people are better at imagining something going wrong than they are at imagining something going right because they have more practice at it.
Exactly.
People actually will encourage you in open conversation to imagine all the things that go wrong. Well,
what if you go wrong?
If you do that, then you might. And you know,
what if it don't work out?
Absolutely.
We do it all the time.
And we encourage other people to do it. But often imagining the greatness, imagining the success is frowned upon.
It's a muscle, actually.
Yeah.
Imagining success is a muscle that doesn't get worked out enough.
Well, it gets beat out of you by the time you're you're 6 years old. What are you over there daydreaming about?
Yeah, by the time you're 10, cut that shit out. Okay? Yeah, they've been conditioned since birth.
Yeah.
But you don't get a chance to practice success. So knowing this now as an aware adult.
And you get to choose what you do with those secret powers inside your head.
Now, we know it's so easy to imagine the opposite of what we want to have happen. It's easy to imagine. Oh, man, famous Amos had this line in one of his poems. So many prophecy failure, so many easy to prophecy failure, I need to pull out that poem. I used to know off the top of my head. Somebody said it couldn't be done, but he with a chuckle replied that maybe it wouldn't, but he wouldn't be one who wouldn't say so until he had tried. So he buckled right then with a trace of a grin on his face. If he worried, he hid it. He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Bam! How about that recollection, dog? He started to sing as he tackled the thing that couldn't be done, and he did it. Started to sing? What? Because so many had prophecy failure, so many had told him one by one how it couldn't be done.
Absolutely. And we're often told not only could you not do it, but that it could be done, which is another one of the reasons why when I am striving to do something that's already been done, I really don't even bother with that. When you're doing something that has already been done, then there's no reason to strive with the fact that you can't do it. It's already been proven that it can be done.
Thank you, Ms. Vivian, for saying so. I was impressed myself that I remembered it because I hadn't said it in many, many years. Somebody said that it couldn't be done, but he, with a chuckle, replied that maybe it couldn't, but he would be one who wouldn't say so until he had tried.
Absolutely. Good morning, Lenita. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Yes. I used to do those things. Oh my gosh. I was in my late 20s doing these kind of poems in church. 28 years old.
Hey, Ro.
Ro is back. Is Rochelle Gray back?
Yes, she is back. Good morning. If you're out there and you just haven't said anything this morning, please know that we love to greet you.
Yes.
And even if it is the replay, we will come back in and type in, hey,
hi,
say something. Because we know that without you, there would be no us.
Now, today's topic is, do you want it more than you are afraid of it? Which really is on the same street as the fear of success.
Do you really want it? If you really want it, tell me that you want it. Do you really want it?
Now, here's how you can tell if you're afraid of success. Well, let's play it together. How can you tell if someone is afraid of success? There's some telltale signs that someone's afraid of success.
Okay.
I'll start it off. One of them is this thing called perfectionism. They're afraid of success. They got to get everything right before they do anything. They got to make sure that they can answer any possible innocuous question before they start in the business.
Yeah.
They got to make sure their website and their colors and their business cards
and their blah, blah, blah. And the kinfolk to perfection is, and Rochelle said it, procrastination.
Yes.
Procrastination. They are fraternal twins, as a matter of fact. Rochelle, you both. She said, I do, however, I'm still procrastinating. And then she says, that's me, perfectionism. Yeah.
Now, beautiful. Now, Sister Ro, this is my opportunity to help minister to my sister, Rochelle Gray. If you know that to be true about yourself, okay, that you procrastinate and you have have the demon of perfectionism, knowing this to be true is good, because I'm gonna tell you why it's good. The words that you let escape your lips when it comes to about these things. So here's what you do, Ro. You know that you're procrastinating. So the worst thing you can say about yourself is, I'm getting better at not procrastinating, or I'm getting better when it comes to procrastinating, because that awareness that you're procrastinating makes that statement true. But when you release the angels of, I'm getting better at procrastinating, or I'm getting better at conquering perfectionism, I'm getting better at it, that's a true statement. But the awareness of it also, and putting those angels out there instead of those demons out there, that I'm getting better at this, helps make that truer, and it moves you closer to it. Amen.
Vivian says, I refuse to think that hard. Make it perfect, Vivian. Make it perfect. Bah humbug.
I'm getting better at that.
The opposite of make it perfect is putting it off. Just continuing to put it off. And procrastination really is the opposite side of the coin to perfectionism.
Amen. I think it was you and I together, Lisa, and you gave a really, really good talk on the value of taking imperfect action, is how you coined the phrase. And you did such a beautiful job about it. I'm not sure you're going to be able to duplicate it, but you was talking about, even if they take an imperfect action and it don't look good, you still further ahead than if you took no action.
Absolutely.
You recall?
Absolutely. Taking imperfect action allows you to move closer to your goal, because it becomes more real. Even if it's wrong,
even if it looks bad.
Even if it looks bad, it's still more concrete, because as much as I say our thoughts are things, and our thoughts are the precursor to the manifestation, there's still something in all of us that until we can feel it, see it, taste it, touch it, we don't believe it.
How did I end up with both of these is the wrong question, my sister. Life gave it to you, and it got reinforced over and over again. That's not the right question. How did I end up with these? It doesn't matter how you end up with them. Right now is how you conquer them.
So by getting to a place where you can see it, feel it, taste it, touch it, even if it's bad, you know what to begin to tweak. Just like making that first dinner, that first cake, that first whatever, you get to see what didn't go quite right, and then you can tweak it to make it better.
I remember my sister Tracy was 13 years old, and she wanted to fry chicken for the family for dinner. And Tracy had seen it be done. She'd seen my mother cook fried chicken. She'd seen my grandmother make fried chicken. And Tracy, as the oldest sister, wanted to fry the chicken. And I'm older than her by a year and a half, something like that. I was 14, but we're like, for a few months of the year, we share the same birthday, so it's less than a year and a half. So, for a few months of the year, I'm only a year older than her. So I'm 14 and she's 13. And Tracy cooked this fried chicken, and it was a little undercooked, okay? But I was hearty in my praise of her and lavish of it. Tracy, you did a good job. This chicken was so good. It was tasty, but it was a little undercooked. But I never said that. I just kept saying how good it was. And Tracy beamed happy because her big brother was telling her first time making fried chicken was so good. Now, I'm telling you that, and she wanted to keep cooking after that. I'm telling you this story to say, if I had done the opposite,
you would have ended up like the people in my house, hungry. Because if you don't, that what you praise will grow and will continue.
Whatever you think about most, you move towards your current dominant thoughts. So if you're thinking about the failing most of the time, you move towards that. You move towards your current dominant thoughts. Miss Vivian says, my first chicken was a little undone too. That's all right.
Who's
You have to learn.
My Tater can make some good chicken.
I still not have met this girl.
I know. You met her, but only a second through the window of the car.
Okay.
That was it. She's the oldest of the 5, and she could make the chicken. Little Audrey can make the chicken.
I had a little Audrey's chicken, and it was delicious. On Christmas Day, I'll never forget it.
I cannot fry chicken. I cannot.
Well, we do all right with fried chicken around this house. We do.
I don't.
We air fry it.
No.
You do too.
Okay, you call that fried?
Close enough for me.
Well, that's as close as you're gonna get.
That's how I'm fine with it. I like your cooking.
Yeah, because I cannot fry chicken. Well, I don't choose to, and because I didn't choose to fry chicken, I don't think I know how. It will probably stay raw, and I did make pork chops fried one time. Didn't we have fried pork chops one time?
We did. Dr. Deborah says, I am intentionally imagining all things working out for my good. If I don't, fear will definitely take over during this time.
Absolutely.
Yes. Here's what it takes to do that, Dr. Deborah. It's a big word, powerful word, starting with a D. And the word is discipline. The discipline to do it intentionally and on purpose. You have to discipline yourself. If you don't take control over these thoughts, if you choose not to on purpose think about what you want, what happens is the weeds come in, the negative stuff comes in, because you don't have to ask for them. You don't have to look for negative thoughts. They come unbidden to you.
Yeah. And
it's like weeds in your yard. You don't have to plant weeds.
No. Now, I was going to say weeds start out really, really small and really, really nebulous almost. Some weeds, we actually like them. We enjoy
dandelion,
them. Right.
Or what do you think? Do you blow the willow?
That's a dandelion.
Okay, that's a dandelion.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely. We like them.
Sometimes sunflower, not sunflower, whatever it is.
It's the little yellow flower.
Yeah. Yellow weed, yep.
Mm-hmm. Those are weeds. And sometimes we think, oh, they're so nice. But what they do to the rest.
Choke. Yeah, go ahead.
That's it.
They choke other flowers. They choke other vegetation. Weeds are selfish. Okay. They want all the soil and they want all the nutrients in the soil. So things around weeds choke them out and kill them.
Absolutely.
And when you don't weed your brain, your mind, get rid of that stuff, that negative thinking, that Ziegler calls stinking thinking, if you don't on purpose, and that's something too, you can't just get rid of the negative. You got to replace it with a positive.
Absolutely. Again, that may seem like a new thought, but the Word of God has told us that we have to replace. He says, when you clean out your space, you must reappoint it, or the demons will come back 7 times stronger.
So you clean it up. You gotta appoint it for something else.
Absolutely.
Or it'll get filled up again with the same thing you cleaned out.
Absolutely. And today at noon, I'm actually going to be on Tea Time with Dr. Barbara Peacock, and we'll be talking about self-care and soul care and how they tie together, as we talk about how soul care. For me, these last couple of weeks, self-care has been trumped by soul care. I've had to.
And for you?
Yeah, for me.
Okay.
I have had to give myself a moment to sit down and look at a blade of grass. Give myself a moment to sit down and look at a plant and just imagine or look at what God's creation is and how it came to be, so that I can remember that if God took this care to do all of these little things, then how much more does he care for me? Exactly. And if he cares for me, then he also cares for the purpose that he's placed in me. And I have really got to do my part to imagine that success. You just looked at me.
You grabbing on her brother, pulling over his shirt, yanking over here and everything. Y'all see her tossing me back and forth? I'm only exaggerating a little bit.
Cannot with you.
I do. Do you want it? Do you even know what it is? I say it seems like I say it daily. I'm still of the opinion that it's hard to hit a target that you can't see. And it's even harder to hit a target that you don't even have. So do you have an it that you want more than you're afraid of it?
Right.
What
You
is
got to define it.
You want
you get
more?
to define, absolutely. You get to define it. I'm interested to hear from Melissa and what she actually ventured forth in doing on yesterday. She made a proclamation during the show.
Yes, and she's supposed to have reached out to the brother, Melissa Price. Melissa Price, we're calling you.
We're calling you out. Call him out. Call him out. We're calling her out.
Bring them out. Bring them out. Melissa Price, I do want you to come through here if you can. I've noticed we can speak someone's name in Facebook or tell them.
Absolutely. The fear of success is one that I was watching or reading Bob Proctor, and he talks about fear of success is really the fear of accountability.
Ooh, now that's it.
And the fear of responsibility. I'm sorry, that you require accountability so that you can overcome your fear of responsibility.
That's another way of hiding.
Good morning, Katura.
One of the reasons why people don't want to tell their big goal is because they don't want to put themselves in a position where someone could say to them, you said you was gonna, but you didn't.
Yeah.
They're afraid of that. That's a way to hide. Muhammad Ali had an exact opposite approach. He had to say, I'm the greatest, so that he couldn't afford to look bad in the ring because someone was saying, you said you was the greatest. You didn't look like the greatest. He put that pressure on himself that he wanted. I'm going to knock him out. So he has to knock him out now because he keeps saying it.
Yeah, I guess that's true. It can be intimidating to put your big goal out there. It can be intimidating to share what you believe or what you want to someone else, and then be concerned that you don't accomplish it.
Yeah, Dr. Deborah says, wow, that's a thought. The fear of responsibility, the fear of accountability. Praise God for the clients I have right now. I have this one client, her name is Lisa, and she is so responsible. She is first to show her accountability, what she's done. She sends me she takes a picture of her stuff and sends it to me, and she holds herself accountable to her sales coach, which I think is amazing. And maybe one of the reasons why it's amazing because so few clients do that. I like it.
I love it. I love it. I think accountability is a big deal. I have been finding more and more ways to be accountable because it is an important element of your success. If no one's checking for you to do it, particularly as an entrepreneur, of course, I'm accountable to my clients, but beyond my clients, I have my own personal goals.
It's so easy not to be. I'm probably the worst in the world at that. Because no one gets to tell me how to run my business and I do it my own way. And what will happen is it happens in an insidious way. I'll end up cutting the corner here or there or missing something or deciding I'll do it tomorrow instead of today.
Yes.
And then what happens is 3 days go by and I'm like, Lisa, come in here. I need you to help me fix this. Or dang on it, I'm way behind. And it's painful. Every time it happens, it's painful. And it's because I didn't hold myself accountable, which very few people can do. We all need to be accountable to someone else.
Absolutely. She says, my Find Your Health group keeps me focused. Absolutely.
How you been, girl?
Responsible for others is a great way to stay responsible and accountable. Audretta says, I needed this today. I'm great at helping other people grow their businesses.
Yeah.
And Vivian says, can you guys get off my back already? If you can't say amen,
say ouch. Last night in the clubhouse was selling your service in this virtual world. And my special guest, her name was Tony Harris Taylor. She had me over there ouching. She was talking about her business life change when she hired assistants. And she kept banging that drum. And she talked about how her assistants helped her. She talked about if you're not hourly wage, you don't need to be doing hourly wage work. And I'm in my office thinking, "Oh God, she is stomping all over my feet. I need to hire an assistant. Stop bull jiving." She was right, wasn't she? I know you think she was right because you was in the other room cheerleading her butt.
Yeah, because I learned it. I mean, I still don't have nearly enough assistants, but I did hire assistants. It's been 2 years now, and it has been the difference between a little and a lot.
It has been, but so I thought you was cheering her on because you was admonishing me for not hiring assistants before. That's what I thought. But she was stomping on her brother. Okay, and I know the quotes. If you don't have assistants, that means you are one. Okay, if you don't have a great assistant, that means you're a great assistant to your own self. Ouch! I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You know, you don't want to be. What's your girl's name? Green tea.
Taranda.
Taranda, how you doing, girl? How you doing, Taranda?
Good morning,
we get to do some of our oldie but goodie jams today because Taranda Green is here. Did we ever come up with an Audretta Hall jam?
Yes, you did, and she knows it. She's gonna remind you.
Audretta, remind us of what your greeting jam is, please.
It had something to do with. I thought it was Aretha, but I can't remember. Audretta, you gotta help.
If you remember the jam, Audretta, we got like 50 something of them in our heads. So give us like a prompt of what your greeting song was. I remember we did have one for her.
Yeah, we had one for Rochelle too.
We had a good one for Rochelle.
Yeah,
and then Rochelle stopped coming.
She had to go to school.
I know. So the topic today is basically a twofold topic. First one is ain't no woman like Audretta Hall. That's right. Thank you, Audretta. The twofold topic: do you want it more than you are afraid of it? And you got to have an it to even make that question real. What is it that you want? Lisa and I have been public. We told the world that we have decided, coming from the Latin word decidere, which means to cut off, to move to the Caribbean. We decide to move to the Caribbean by April, May next year. Okay, which gives us a full year to prepare our affairs so that we can live the next phase of our life in the Caribbean. Now, we're still deciding where in the Caribbean, but we know we're going to spend some time living in the Caribbean, okay, for us too. We pretty much have settled that it's going to be somewhere part of the U.S., so it's got to be a U.S. Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico, something.
Puerto Rico is a U.S. Virgin Island.
No, the U.S. Virgin Islands, baby, are St. Thomas, St. Croix, St. John, and St. Mark. Okay,
yes. So Puerto Rico is a colony.
Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory.
That's it. That's the word. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've decided to do that. So, but we need to be in one of those so that our family can come and visit and not be impeded by things like a passport. Okay, so even though all our children will be, except for a couple of the grands, all our children will be adults, but our grandchildren won't. So I'm thinking about the grands. But my daughter with two of my beautiful grandchildren, she's so excited about her dad and Miss Lisa living in the Caribbean that they'll have a place to come and bring the family, and we're going to make sure that they can bring the family to us in the Caribbean. Now don't
leave them there.
No, but that's a bold statement to say. We put that out in the world. What if we can't go? We haven't even thought about that.
No.
We haven't even considered what would happen that we can't go, because there's nothing.
Well, I was going to say, if you can move, first of all, if you can move a mile away, you can move 10 miles away.
And then you can move 10
If you can move from one state to another state, then you can move anywhere.
Is that Daryl Cook?
Good morning.
What? Daryl Cook, the author of
Raised from a Dead Horizontal.
Raised from a Dead Horizontal. What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Good morning.
Daryl Cook, I'm so happy that you popped on, because tonight is the third Tuesday of the month, and we're hosting the men's meeting. We do it virtually, but tonight we have twofold topic in the men's meeting. So those of you with men in your lives, you might want to have them on tonight. Tonight we're talking about men and their money. Men and their money. Okay, how we handle our money. Whether we fold it. One of the bits of advice my dad gave me was to fold your cash money and put it in your pocket, okay? Mm-hmm. But men and their money, and then we're also going to talk about men and their meaning. Their meaning. You know, So many men introduce themselves by what they do. Okay. So many men consider what they do as who they are when that's really not the case. So the meaning of the man, and each man defines their own meanings. So Daryl, I would love for you to come and join us tonight at maleempowermentnetworks.com. Starts at 7 o'clock and goes to 8:10, something like that. Men and their meaning and men and their money. That's what we're going to talk about tonight.
It's a virtual event, so you don't even have to leave the house. And for those that are challenged with the fear of success, what do you think is the first step?
It's a tricky one, man. I thought about what would we advise someone who has the fear of success? To me, it's a tricky answer. In my Brianness, I think people that are afraid of success, I think I have to show them a way that that they can have little successes first. Little successes. Like they set a goal to do something that day and they actually did a thing that day. So that I think if they have little successes, they get more accustomed to succeeding, and then they can make bigger success targets. Like a good shooter in basketball, and he finds himself all of a sudden in a shooting slump. He can't make a shot from the outside. So what I would advise that person who was in a slump, I would say start shooting layups, shots that are close to the basket. Shoot your layups first, and then move progressively further and further back until you're comfortable shooting further again.
I honestly believe that imperfect action is a really good way to overcome the fear of success or the fear of failure, is taking a step towards your goal or your outcome. Now, if there is something that is keeping you from being willing to take any action at all, then I would really say that you could probably benefit from some coaching to help you to identify what is it that is truly keeping you. We say procrastination, we say perfectionism, but oftentimes there is even something greater, something that has been deep rooted in your thoughts or in your emotions that has now made you perceive success as a painful thing.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going to become somebody different.
I'm successful. All of a sudden, my friends are going to all be borrowing money from me, and then I'm going to be in a higher tax bracket. They perceive success as something negative. Okay, that can be easily shifted. This is Daryl's a friend of mine. Now, I happen to be a sales coach. God has blessed me with a unique set of gifts, skills, and talents, and I know how to sell, and I know how to teach people how to sell. Daryl committed a crime right now. He said, I am good. I'm selling oils and promoting my business, my new business, DOC's Natural Essentials. The crime is no one wants oils, and no one wants to promote your business unless they know how that benefits them. So I would not, if I'm coaching Daryl, I would never have him come on here and say, I sell oils. No, what do the oils do? I help people to sleep better. I help people to smell better. I help people to cure migraines through my essential oils. You got to say what the benefit is, or there's no reason to do business with you. Oils. I don't want oils. I want a solution to something. Okay, Daryl, you got to lead with what the problem you're solving. You can't lead with the oil.
Absolutely. Brian can't sleep without my oils.
That's not true at all.
It is
I don't even want your daggone oil.
Yes, you do. Every night I spray our bed.
On your side.
No, I don't do only my side. I do both sides with lavender, and I'm telling you, he sleeps like a baby.
I sleep because of my rituals. All the stuff that you do,
which include
all the stuff that you do regularly,
a lavender mist.
Every night, I play on my Alexa. I play rain sounds, rainstorms. I say, Alexa, play rainstorms, and she does it, plays it all night. I sleep to a rainstorm sound every night, don't I, baby?
Yes,
exactly. And I drink water before I go to bed every night too.
And you sleep on a freshly misted pillow with the scent of lavender.
Daryl says, I appreciate that feedback for real. Now, the reason why Daryl appreciates that feedback is because Daryl has self-confidence. People without self-confidence could not have handled what I just said about his business. If he was insecure in himself, he would have said, who the hell is he to tell me? Okay. But people, and that's another way you could tell if someone is confident or not. Can they take a compliment or can they take a construction? Can they take construction or can they take a comment? If they can't handle either one, please. They're not confident people. But Daryl, the fact that you typed in, I appreciate the feedback for real. That demonstrates to me that you're confident.
And yes, Glenda, lavender will put you to sleep. It certainly will.
That's not what it is. I don't even smell that stuff.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm sure of it.
No way you put that on my bed
every day.
There's no way.
Every day.
There's no way you do that. Miss Vivian,
Miss
Vivian, come get your girl. Okay, if she's messing around on my side of the bed,
on both sides,
Miss Vivian, or Dr. Deborah, somebody come get your girl.
No, so I spray lavender because I have the lavender diluted, and then I splash lemongrass on my side because I like lemongrass. But yep,
I'm going in there and changing the sheets.
It'll be on there again. It'll be on there again.
Oh my gosh, it's 9:39. The question is, do you want it more than you're afraid of it? And can you conquer the fear of success? We got to go do greeting jams, baby.
And begin to think about it. What is keeping you complacent? What is keeping you complacent? There's some benefit, bonus, some things that is keeping you connected to complacency, connected to mediocrity. And if you really examine it, you will decide that that's really not what you want. Uh-oh, get out of here. Miss Vivian said, I'm going to pick up my package. Maybe it's my guided journey package or something from 2020. Her mail is crazy because I'm telling you, these things show delivered, all of these things. She just got crazy mail people up there.
Normally the New York mail system is good.
It has not been for the 3 years that I have been working with Miss Vivian.
All right, well, it's 9:40. Let's go.
To the top.
Now, for those of you who don't know, this show is called Let's Talk About It. That's Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And he is Brian K. McNeill.
And together we make up what's called the Empowerment Duo. This show has been going Monday through Friday since October of 2016. Yes, it has. Monday through Friday since October of 2016. We have friends that marvel at our consistency and stamina. That's what Cortez calls it.
He marvel at it sometimes.
Cortez says, y'all stamina is amazing.
Stamina. It's the first thing in the morning.
But still doing it daily, though.
Yeah.
So anyway, but some of you guys have been rocking with us for years. And some of you guys are consistent contributors, and we've developed a fun way that we like to thank our consistent contributors and to thank the people that have been rocking with us for years. Some of them have a greeting logo. Some of them have a greeting song, and it goes to something like this. Miss Vivian is up first.
Wow, Vivian Reed is here. Vivian Reed is here, and now the show can go on. Oh.
Good morning again, Miss Vivian.
Do that at the same time.
Up next is Dr. Deborah Dunstan.
Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
Good morning, Dr. Deborah Dunstan. Up next is Glenda Tate.
Glenda's riding on the freeway with Big Up in her pink Cadillac.
Good morning, Glenda. How you doing?
Good morning to you. Lanita Sakina Feet Fofina. Lanita, good morning.
Sure, we got to find you a jam because you deserve one.
She had one. We got to remember it. Dr. Beverly is here.
Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. How you doing?
She said, good morning, great people. Elevate your mind, do your dreams, and breathe.
That's right.
Or it's probably elevate your mind so your dreams can breathe.
Man.
It could be either way.
Harold Cook says, when I'm out selling my book, Being Raised from a Dead Horizontal, and just having general conversations, most people, especially those re-entering back into society from prison, it's the fear of having to start over and over again. Mm-hmm. And that's a real fear, Darryl, but maybe you can help them rephrase it. You're not starting over, you're starting anew. You're not starting over, you're beginning new.
Absolutely.
Like fresh snow. Okay.
Absolutely. Back to life.
Back
To
to Couture.
Green.
However do you want it?
However
You need it.
Audretta
Audretta Hall.
Hall.
Ain't no woman like Audretta Hall.
When it comes to health and wellness.
That's not my girl. Thank you, Audretta.
All right, we gotta get this one right.
Amanda will help you understand the kind
what kind of herbs you need to plant. Put yourself in healing hands to Randa's hands. All right, all right, all right. All right. I thought there was another one in there that I caught, but maybe that's it. I think we got everybody.
Okay, good.
Everybody that got a song. Rochelle, you got to help us remember that song.
Or come up with a new one or something, because you deserve one, Ro. Rochelle, unless one of you guys can help us find a jam for Rochelle. Rochelle Gray. She's a Renaissance woman. She's has a heart. She's done multiple intelligence project, teaching families and children the 9 different intelligences. She is a part of chess teacher, bowling coach, plays drums in a band, singer.
Yes, all of those things.
She don't do.
She's a Renaissance.
She's a martial artist.
That's right. The Renaissance woman.
She does all of that stuff.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That is so cool. So,
don't run up on her.
Rochelle?
No, I don't know how you met
Rochelle. No. We met Rochelle, me and Kamika, back in our old stomping grounds. And Rochelle, correct me if I get this messed up, but Kamika and I were coming out of, I think it was Panera Bread, the North Lake up there or whatever. And we were coming out the door and we were talking, and Rochelle was going in the door, and we just all of a sudden clicked. We were talking about this new product that we had, that it was an app you put on your phone that entrepreneurs could advertise on it, so that whenever somebody had their Bluetooth on, their ad would come up on the phone.
Okay.
And we were talking about it. We ran into Rochelle. She heard about it. She was like, I don't know if she was interested in the app or if she was interested in the energy between me and Kamika, but then we connected after that, and I think what happened after that, I remember shortly after that something happened to her car. She had a battery issue, and I went over and I changed the battery in her car, and I think it was like we knew each other for our whole lives after that.
I think I met Ro at the Empowerment Center.
I think you did.
He was in the audience, sitting right up front when I gave a workshop.
It was the energy, yeah. It was the energy. It's so cool.
Speaking of the energy, that's right. The energy attracts, and you know what? The energy brings you money.
Yes.
Lisa and I were guest hosts of a meeting last Thursday night, or 2 Thursdays ago. Someone needed a sub, okay? They needed someone to cover that meeting for them.
Yes.
And I covered the meeting for them. And what they kept talking about was the energy. And since that time, 2 people have paid me that just happened to be in the room, and they just wanted to be close to the energy. 2 people have paid me for different things just because of the energy level.
Amen. Rochelle says, you have such a great memory. My daughter's words, Miss Lisa is a G. That's right. I went over there. I think I had on my heels when I changed your battery too.
My song for Couture is Do It Baby.
By the Stylistics. Which one is that?
I'm trying to think of it.
Because I was thinking of I was thinking of Do Me Baby. But hey, Kelly. Yeah, that's Melissa Morgan. No. Okay. Nice and easy. Ooh, how you please me. You got the love that's really real sweet and spicy. Okay, you need to be singing that to Couture. I don't think we need to sing that to Couture. And Rochelle said, yes, you did. I had on heels.
Changed her battery.
They were trying to charge her a lot of money for that. They were trying to charge her a lot of money for the battery, and the car wouldn't start or whatever. I said, no, it's just the battery. And I opened up the hood, with my jewelry on and my heels on. I took the battery out of the car. That's right, I sure did. I went to buy the new battery and brought it back and changed it out. I think all we had was a wrench and a screwdriver and cranked it up. I don't do any of that anymore.
I'm so glad.
I don't even know how to pump gas.
I'm so glad that you did that for Roe back then, because that would have been robbery.
Yeah, they were trying to
charge a lot of money for that. So many of the auto parts places change your battery now for free. They'll carry it out there and everything.
Yeah, but we couldn't get the car to the place. Right. It wouldn't even take a jump.
Kelly, can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. Good morning, Kelly Little. How you doing, sir? Kelly, and tonight at the men's meeting, Kelly, we talk about two things tonight. We talk about men and their money.
Yes.
How do you handle your money?
How do you handle your money?
How do you protect your money?
How do you protect your money?
Your real money, the money that you get in your hands. What you do
money.
with it, okay? And we also talk about men and their meaning. You know, because so much of men, what we do is who we are. Mm-hmm. And I want to hypothesize, I want to offer that you are more than just what you do, man. Mm-hmm. And I'm really preaching to myself as well. I am more than just what I do.
Yeah, Brian had a serious, I don't know if it was a boundary up.
An area.
When it came to his personal, I don't want to call it self-esteem because I think it's a little bit different than that, but his personal value and worth as it in direct juxtaposition to his money and to his sales. Now, ladies, please, if you are new at this, do not try it at home because you'll break me. Right? You don't want them not to care about the money, but you want them to have the balance of awareness that they are more than the money that they bring in. Like, don't mess that up. So we had a series of conversations to help find that balance for him, because my husband is an amazing breadwinner, and I appreciate that area that he brings to the table. But that's not the only thing that he brings to the table. He's so much more than that. And helping him to understand and value both in a healthy way was something that we had to do early on.
It was healing for me. If I was bringing in money, I liked myself more. If I wasn't bringing in the kind of money I wanted, I liked myself less. That's not the way it's supposed to go.
And very extreme, very extreme. Not just, you feel a little bit down. Everybody feels better with money in their pocket. First of all, be real, right? But you cannot be self-destroyed when you are in between earning and in between clients.
Well, Lisa say don't mess that up. She thinks that you do want your man to value bringing in money. Yeah. Okay, that's important. You don't want anybody to think that's not important.
Right.
It's okay, honey, you don't bring in any money.
No.
That's no. But and she knows that's not her husband. Okay, I'm not that guy. No. Okay, so I'm not that guy. I'm not gonna call it a name.
No, but okay. Understand, women, and this may not sound good, but we help to create the man that we have. We are responsible for helping them to become better, or we can help them to become worse.
We did a men's meeting not long ago called The Care and Feeding of Our Women. How do we take care of them? How do we feed them? Not only just food, spiritually and emotionally. So maybe a thought about the care and feeding of your man. How do you take care of your man?
Yeah. It is. It's a balance. It is a balance. Brian is an amazing spirit. He's genuine and he loves lifting others up. He really does. And that's more about the character of the man than any of the money that he earns. He does that. I have seen him even do that in the moments where he's not feeling as great for himself or about himself. And that is a wonderful thing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the flowers, and it do feel good. It does feel good. And we do need to hear those things from time to time. We all do. Rochelle says, women are a keeper of their men's dreams, husbands, sons, and brothers. Girl, that is so It's true, but it's so nerve-wracking too.
Unfortunately.
It's nerve-wracking.
Unfortunately, because not everyone knows how to properly manage the nurture, care, and upkeep of dreams.
It's nerve-wracking to think of that. The woman is so important when it comes to that. Ugh.
Dr. Deborah says, Lisa, that's a great thing to teach. Actually, I'm trying to help myself realize that. I found that having a good job is one of the big ways I define myself.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will have to realize that I am more than my good job.
Yeah. And that's an area, Dr. Deborah, I promise you, it took Lisa to get that from me. Because for my whole life up until then, I was 47 when I met her. Okay. For my whole life, your whole value depended upon bringing the bacon in. That's it. Okay. Even when I wasn't married, even though I was just single, I still did it to myself. When I'm doing good financially, I am the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. I'm the man. But if my money gets at least a little bit of low, oh, Brian, do you suck? You know, I'm asking myself terrible questions.
Yeah.
But Lisa took her time and helped me to realize, and it was a mental shift. And I don't think I could have got there by myself. If I was left to my own devices, I would have kept the same thoughts forever, the rest of my life. But it's better to understand that you are more than your money. Yeah. You're more. Okay. Lisa and I working together, giving out clothes to the homeless and feeding the homeless and giving away strollers and showing up to this and that and supporting all these things. That's what we do. And then she says, Brian, look at the stuff that you do regularly. The men's meetings, that you've been going since 2013. Look at those things have value. Those things are important. You don't get paid for those things, but they matter.
And having a successful balance in that is really, really important. One of the things that I honestly believe is to both of our strengths is encouraging and nurturing. I almost want to say complimenting when it's not expected of my husband or of when he does it to me. Either way is true reinforcement of our individual value. Like he said this morning, and I heard him this morning when he said, "You're so beautiful." I'm like, early, you're smoking crack, because I haven't even opened my mouth. I feel the drool on my face. And if the sun is illuminating the drool, then honey, good gracious.
And eye boogers, all of that.
I didn't take off my lashes last night, so they were all crusty caterpillars on my face. It's crazy. But
you make the job doesn't make you. Yes, but you make you too.
You make you too.
Farnez, if you're available tonight at 7 p.m., man, come on. MaleEmpowermentNetworks.com. We got to get out of here because we got to leave room for Coach Jar. MaleEmpowermentNetworks.com. It's a virtual meeting for men and teenage men.
Mm-hmm. And tune in with me and Dr. Barbara Peacock here at 12 noon so that we can have some tea time and self-care with soul care. We'll be looking forward to sharing with you this morning. Have an amazing morning. And while you're at it,